A flashback starts us off with a foreshadowing. Harry wakes in a panic as Hermione startles him. Harry has a bad dream about Voldemort, which can only prepare us for what is to come. Are we prepared for his return? The Death Eaters are afoot. Where to run? Where to hide? Not much we can do but to review Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Let the Triwizard Cup games begin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today, Carey, Craves Cinema and I are doing the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And I would like to dedicate this video to one of my really good friends. She was an amazing person, and I just want to dedicate this video to her because I know that she would have liked Harry Potter. Alright, so Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is one of my favorite movies just because, and the franchise, just because this one starts to get a little bit darker and everything like that. And we find out who Harry is a little bit more in this one. And there's the Triwizard Cup that people are trying to win, and these different schools come into there. But let's find out what the plot is. Harry Potter has a nightmare in which a Muggle caretaker is murdered. Overhearing a plot by Lord Voldemort, Peter Pettigrew, and another man whom Harry does not recognize, only along with the Weasleys, Hermione and Cedric, and Cedric's dad, attend the World Quidditch Cup. Death Eaters attack the tournament, and the man from Harry's casted nightmare, the Dark Mark. At Hogwarts, Professor Dumbledore announces the school will host the Triwizard tournament along with the Dumbstring Institute from the north, the Bellatons, I think that's how they said it, from France, and a single student from each will be selected to participate in the Goblet of Fire. Students below the age of 17 are ineligible. Fleur Delacour is selected as the champion for the Bells. Victor Crumb is selected for Dumbstring, and Victor Crumb is also one of the famous people who does the Quidditch tournaments as well. And selected is Cedric Diggory from Hogwarts. The Goblet of Fire then secretly selects Harry for the fourth champion and confuses everybody because Dumbledore even asks him, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? And Harry's not even 17 at this point. And so the champions must collect an egg, and they're trying to figure out what it is and all this kind of stuff. And when we're introduced to Professor Mad-Eye Moody. He's the new Against Defense Dark Arts teacher. And through this movie, they go through dangerous tasks and stuff like that. And they go through these different tasks through the movie for the Triwizard Cup. And then all this stuff starts happening. And Voldemort is alive in this one, or he becomes alive, I should say. And some things happen in this movie in the maze when they're at the end of the Triwizard Cup, and Voldemort has Harry. This movie is just really interesting. I like the scene when Moaning Myrtle was in the bathroom with Harry, and Harry's like trying to figure out how to use the eggs, and he's in the bathtub, and she kind of tells him what to do, and that was pretty cool. But this movie is, like I said, a little darker than the first three. And it's a good movie overall. I recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it. It's really cool to see, like they kind of have like a prom and stuff like that, and they have other schools, and so it's kind of cool to see other schools and stuff like that. And it's a neat movie how they did the Triwizard Cup and stuff like that. Here are some fun facts about the Goblet of Fire. Hold on one second. Recycling the basilisk. A scale of dragons was created for some of the scenes, and real flames came out of the mouth. The model used some of the parts from the basilisk model from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. 48 hours underwater. One of the tasks on the Triwizard Tournament takes place underwater. To achieve these scenes, numerous of liters of tanks, 5,000 liters of tank was built for the actors to perform in, so they wouldn't need to surface between takes. Scuba divers would bring regulators over to the actors so they could breathe. Daniel Radcliffe racked up an incredible 41 hours of time underwater and suffered 2 ear infections as a result. Wow. Daniel Radcliffe was a bad dancer. With most of the cast in the Yolk Ball scene, that was a really cool scene, had dance classes. Daniel Radcliffe could only attend 4 days of training as he was acting flat out in every scene being filmed. This resulted into some very poor footwork, according to Daniel Radcliffe. No Percy. Yeah, there's no Percy in this one. Fans in the film might have noticed Ron's older brother Percy didn't appear in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is due before the actor Chris contacted Slade, and he should have appeared in the 4th film. The 3rd film and the other 4 or 5, since Percy had a bigger role in the 5th story, Order of the Phoenix, it adapted and appeared in that instead. The Prisoner of Azkaban director was invited back, so he did this one as well. There was just so many different things with this. It was a really cool movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it gets a little bit darker, and that was kind of cool. Them swimming underneath the water, and they get like gills and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to our channels, and I hope you guys have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving, And I will talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye.
Harry Potter left behind with Voldemort's mark still lingering in the sky and destruction surrounding him. After the Quidditch World Cup, there's a darkness looming over as the Hogwarts Express takes them to the castle. Not only that, but Hogwarts has been chosen to house the Triwizard Tournament. Top schools of magic come to visit the castle to participate in these Triwizard games. Beauxbaton's Academy of Magic and Durmstrang Institute, one chosen from each school, including Hogwarts. As Dumbledore chooses the names from the Goblet of Fire, something unexpected happens. Cedric is called for Hogwarts, but another name is spit out from the goblet. Can you guess whose name? Well, if it isn't Harry Potter himself, not old enough to be eligible, but still his name is called. An outrage echoes throughout the castle as Dumbledore interrogates Harry. Harry is confused and, of course, afraid. Everyone thinks he found a way to get his name in the goblet, but the mystery remains until the end. It was all a plan, a well-thought-out plan. And yet Ron is envious. Ron feels left out. So Harry feels isolated, which is also part of the plan. We are introduced to the new dark arts teacher, Professor Mad-Eye Moody. Quite suspicious, but also at times, he's funny. Especially when he turns Draco into a ferret. Moody is told to keep a close eye on Harry, to keep him safe during the Triwizard Cup. Although there may be ulterior motives. Not only does Harry have to face the complications of the cup, he also has to face asking someone to the Yule Ball. Wanting to ask Cho, she is already asked by Cedric. The Yule Ball reveals that Hermione and Ron have some kind of lover's quarrel. It's showing more and more that they are crushing on one another. It's so cute, really. Harry fights through fear to brave the 3 games in the Triwizard Cup, using his wand to obtain his broom to swoop down to grab the golden egg. Neville's suggestion of gillyweed to save not just 1, but 2 in the water from the merpeople. Then the maze that inhabits many dangers inside of it. Instead of taking the cup for himself, he decides to team with Cedric to grab the cup together, not knowing it was a bewitched portkey to take them to the cemetery, where Voldemort returns. Cedric, not knowing what he was up against, is murdered by Peter Pettigrew. Harry is unable to move as Pettigrew cuts him, taking his blood to bring back Voldemort. When Voldemort comes back, one of my fave scenes is in this very moment. Harry and Voldemort go toe to toe for the first time. It's intense. I just remember when Voldemort is looking at Harry and saying, "How does it feel to be standing above my father's bones, or standing on top of my father's bones?" It's a crazy scene. And it gets even sadder, and it's heart-wrenching because it goes from one intense scene to another as Harry brings back Cedric's dead body. The crowd knows nothing about the reality until they see Harry hovering over Cedric's body, crying hysterically. Moody takes Harry away from the nightmare, only to step in to another one. Moody has no more polyjuice left, so his true identity surfaces. It is Barty Crouch Jr. We learn that he set it all up so that Harry would be led right to Voldemort. It was orchestrated for his return. The transition of darkness in this film is gradual, but also quite intense. Very progressive. I think that's why this one is one of my favorites. By far. We're not playing kid games anymore after this one. Everything's going to change now. That's exactly what Hermione says. Everything's going to change now, isn't it? And it will. In Order of Phoenix, we get a character that I have such a distaste for, but also an introduction to one of my fave characters. This character has my heart, and you will learn who it is when we do Order of the Phoenix. This is Carey Craves Cinema. Come along with us as we go forth towards our next adventure.